Miss Living?
Good afternoon. This is call number 2020-08265 in the interest of Dawson Barksdale. Will parties please raise your right hand to be sworn? Ma'am. Does she need to be does she need an interpreter?
No, Your Honor. Her audio was just working. I'm not sure what just happened.
Okay.
Miss Living, can you hear us, ma'am? Miss Living?
Miss Living, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Miss Living. Hold on.
Miss Living?
Miss Living, can you hear me? Miss Living, can you hear me?
I'm going to try to chat her, Your Honor.
Maybe she'll look over here. Can you hear me? Yes, you. Yes, yes, you. Yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Can you hear us, ma'am?
Connecting to audio. Now, can you hear me?
It's still connecting, Judge.
Okay. Did Mr. Jesse file an answer, Ms. Jeffries?
No, Your Honor, he
Okay,
did not.
but you gave him notice of the Zoom hearing anyway, right?
Yes,
Okay.
Your Honor, we did.
All right.
Okay, there's her video. Her audio is still not working. Can you hear us, Miss Living?
Do we have to admit? Does this got to go over here and say admit?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I don't know who that is.
There she is. All right, can you hear me, Miss Living? All right, raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay, you're gonna have to unmute yourself. You're muted. How do they do that? I don't know.
To unmute yourself, do *6.
*6. Did you do that?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can, but you're not on.
Yeah, let me get back to that screen. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Oh, gosh. Okay, can we hear each other?
Okay, there we are. All right.
Okay.
Again, this is cause number 2020-08265 in the interest of Dawson Barksdale. Before the party has been sworn in to tell the truth, will you please, ma'am, state your name and your relationship to the child?
My name is Dominique Living. I'm Dawson's mother.
All right. And Mr. Barrera, what is your relationship in this case?
I'm going to be a witness for the state.
All right. And Ms. Jeffries?
Angela Jeffries, representing the state of Texas, Your Honor.
All right. The court will note that Gershom Jerwan Jesse is the non-custodial parent, and Mr. Jesse was served on March 18th, 2020 at 4:32 p.m. at 14827 Preston Road, apartment 1401 in Dallas County, Texas, and he has not filed an answer. He was given further notice of this Zoom hearing by certified mail, which was delivered October 14th, 2020 at 7:43 a.m. We'll proceed by default.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state calls Dominique Catrice Living. Ms. Living, please state your name for the record.
Dominique Living,
Okay, and what is your child's name before the court right now?
Dawson Barksdale,
And who do you allege is Dawson's biological father?
Deshaun Jesse.
Okay. Were you intimately involved with anyone else other than Deshaun Jesse around the time that Dawson was conceived?
No,
Is there any possibility that anyone else can be the biological father of Dawson Barksdale?
no,
Are you asking the court to find that Mr. Deshaun Jesse is the biological father of your child?
yes.
When was the last time you spoke to Mr. Jesse?
It's been over a year now.
Okay. And when you make decisions regarding the child, on average, do you consult with him or do you just make the decisions alone?
No, I don't consult with him at all. I make all the decisions.
Do you think that you could co-parent with Mr. Jesse if this court ordered you to be joint managing servitors, or do you think it's in the best interest that you are appointed as a sole managing servitor?
No, I would like to be the sole manager, please.
And why are you asking this court to appoint you as a sole managing conservator in this case?
With Dawson being almost 6 now, and I've made every decision from the beginning till now, I would like it to keep it that way for, his well-being, safety, and all of that. Because, it's just
Right.
two of us. Yeah.
Okay. And what is the child's current last name, ma'am?
Barksdale?
Okay. Are you asking the court that his last name remain the same?
Yes, please.
Okay. And what county do you currently reside in?
I'm in Harris.
Okay. Do you understand that this court requires that you be placed on a geographical restriction to Harris County or a contiguous county?
Okay.
Do you understand that?
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay. Do you understand that that means that you cannot move with this child outside of Harris or a contiguous county?
Yes.
Okay. Does Mr. Jesse currently know where you reside at?
No, he just knows I live in Houston.
Okay. So do you believe him having your address will cause you harm or harassment?
Yeah.
In the past, if he knew your address, has it caused you harm or harassment?
Say that again?
When Mr. Jesse knew your address, did it ever cause you harm or harassment?
Yeah. Yes. Verbally. Yeah.
Okay. And what is an example of the verbal harassment?
Our communication when it comes to, especially when it comes to this, it just isn't really good. It's kind of alarming, and like I said before, I don't want to throw my son into that environment, and I don't want, because we live by ourselves, I don't want that to be brought to our home. He was very upset when at any time I talk about Dawson to him or with him, bringing up any situation. So I feel it's best that he doesn't know where I currently reside. Any communication where we have to see each other, I'd rather it be at his mother's house or in some other safe, but public environment.
Okay. So you're asking this court to not disclose your address in this order. Is that correct?
Yes, please.
Okay. When was the last time Mr. Jesse saw your son?
It's been maybe 2 years or almost 2 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. So
Is his mother Charlotte, Jesse?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. Yeah, yes, sir. His mother is Charlotte.
And she lives in Humble, Texas?
He lives in Humble.
And that's where you want to exchange or have the visitation occur?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
and so also you're asking this court to do a modified possession schedule. Is that correct?
Yes, I am.
And you're asking for 18 visits to be supervised at his mother's house, correct?
Correct.
Right. And then you're asking the court to order 18 periods of possession from 1 to 5 p.m. on the first, third, and fifth Saturdays of each month.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right, ma'am, do you know the terms of the modified visitation? Has it been explained to you? All right, and
Yes,
so
sir.
that's what you're asking for, is that correct?
Yes, sir, that is.
All right, go ahead.
Do you understand that once that modified possession order is completed, you will go to a standard possession order?
Yes.
Okay. How is the child currently covered under health insurance?
He has Medicaid.
Okay. Do you have any policy available via your employer or privately?
No, ma'am.
Do you currently know where Mr. Jesse is employed at?
No, ma'am, I don't.
Do you have any personal knowledge if he has health insurance available via private source or through his employer?
No, ma'am, I don't.
How many other children are you aware that Mr. Jesse has under 18?
I'm aware that he has 3 kids altogether.
Of those
Yeah,
three kids, how many does he pay child support for?
2 that I know.
Okay, so for one, you have no personal knowledge that he pays child support for that child.
No, ma'am.
Okay,
Does that
and-
child live with him?
I don't think so.
All right,
Not that I know of.
okay.
And so are you asking this court to set child support based on our child support findings of his income?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and are you asking that to begin as of November 1st of 2020?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you asking this court to order a cash medical of $128 against Mr. Jesse to cover health insurance?
Yes, ma'am.
And that should begin November 1st of 2020?
Yes, ma'am.
And lastly, if court costs are ordered in this case, who are you asking the court to assess court costs against?
For him too.
And I'm sorry, Your Honor, I said lastly, but has Mr. Jesse ever given you any support for this child?
No, none.
Have you or Mr. Jesse ever resided in the same household in the last 4 years?
No, never.
And so are you asking this court to enter a judgment based on the evidence that my child support officer was able to find?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Nothing further for this witness, Your Honor.
All right, call your next witness.
The state calls Arnold Barrera. Mr. Barrera, state your name for the court.
Arnaldo Barrera,
And where are you currently employed, sir?
at the Office of the Attorney General,
And what is your position there?
Child Support Officer,
And what is the nature of your responsibilities and duties as a child support officer?
conduct investigations and calculate child support and retroactive child support.
And have you received any special training to calculate child support in compliance with the Texas Family Code?
Yes,
And have you calculated child support in this manner?
yes, I have.
And what were your gross what were your gross wages for Mr. Jesse?
Gross wages was $4,290
And what was your net?
Per month?
per month.
And what were your net resources monthly that you found for Mr. Jesse?
Net resources was $3,459.48.
And what percentage did you apply in calculating his child support?
16%, giving him credit for 2 other children.
Okay. And as far as the retro, based on your investigation, what did you calculate the retro to be, sir?
$15,440.
And what was that period of retro that you're using to calculate?
November 1st, 2016 through October 20th, 2020.
Okay. And what did you calculate to be the proper payout on that retro judgment?
$128 per month.
Nothing further, Your Honor, for this witness.
You have any questions for him, ma'am? Ma'am, do you have any questions for him?
No, sir.
All right. Anything further, Ms. Jeffries?
No, Your Honor.
All right. The court will approve the order as submitted. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Living, you can log off. I will send you an updated copy of the order to sign.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Arnold.
You're welcome. Bye.
All right, see you. All right, Maria, yes, that was the last one.
Okay. I'm already real late from our work.
Okay, sorry.
All right, bye.